Yo, 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 it's your boy Swag, and I'm back. And I don't know, I just want to talk about New York, man. I see DD Summers in O Block. So this just inspired interview to talk about my visit to New York and how I feel about New York. And New York was pretty cool, man. I love New York. Like, my first time going to New York, I was about like 21, 22. I had one with my baby mother, you know what I'm saying? So we went, we kicked it, and when we first got there, the first thing I noticed about you fucking New Yorkers is you motherfuckers walk too fast. That's right. You walk too fast. I had somebody walking on the back of my heels. Like, people tell me I walk fast in Chicago, but I never realized how fast a person can walk until I went to New York and then somebody walked on the back of my heels and I started looking around and seeing everybody walk fast. It was like a competition walking fast. Now, I'm not sure if this because they trying to get to work or get home, or if they learn to walk fast because you had so many tourists and we stopping and looking, so y'all just walking by, walking fast, trying to get around us like y'all like little cockroaches just walking around, like real shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the first thing I noticed about New York. You know, and then New York, man, New York is like one of the most beautiful places that you can that I've seen, like traveling, going across bridges. Like, y'all barrels is so far apart, like they so far compared to Chicago, where it's like everything is in one landmass. But if you was to drive from the north side to the west side of Chicago, it's gonna take you about 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Depending on traffic, could take up to an hour, hour and a half if people getting off work. So the travel time is about the same far as the barrels, but y'all got so many barrels. It's like just to get to one, you gotta cross the bridge. It's crazy to me, you know. And traffic is pretty much the same as Chicago. I think y'all rush hour might be a little worse. I got caught in it one time. I was stuck in one spot for about like 30 minutes. Then we started moving, but once we started moving, we was gone. So it was like just a one spot jam. But in Chicago, you'll be like creeping for about like 30, 40 minutes, just going around from. It's like this little highway where you go like a whole circle. Then you come around. It's like got downtown connected with out west. So when you coming from the south side to get downtown, you got everybody from downtown, everybody from out west, all trying to get on this one lane. So it's really congested. So I seen traffic in New York that was real congested, like real tight. You know what I'm saying? Once I started doing my music career and I went to New York, then I really got to see the ins and the outs of New York. You know what I'm saying? And like just a different way of like seeing it, because then I traveled. I went to more hood stores. I went to the projects. I met more people. You know, it was a totally different experience from the first time I went. And one thing I could say is New York didn't change from the first time. New York is still dirty. New York is dirty in my eyes only because I'm from Chicago and we got alleys. So if you're from New York, if you don't know what an alley is, if you're from New York or the East Coast, I only think Philly got alleys. So alleys is like like if you was to drive down the block and then you got the street, it's like a back street to where you can cut through blocks to get to one side to the other. So basically, we put our trash cans in the back of our buildings, in the back of our businesses. Unlike New York, they sit it right in the front of the businesses. So after midnight, New York turns dirty. During the day it's pretty cool, but then like at midnight it just turned real nasty. You know what I'm saying? But big shouts out to them because they keep their city clean. So once it's nasty, then the trucks come pull up, they clean that shit up, the trash that is, and then they got the city workers come get all the extra trash and clean it up, and then New York looks spotless. You know what I'm saying? You wake up in the morning, you won't even know if you was to go visit, if you was a tourist and go to sleep at about 9 or 10. When you wake up, it's gonna look the same as it did when you woke up, like very clean. You know, man. And one of the first things I noticed about New York once I really traveled the city. So basically, the first time I went, when I went with my BM, we was in downtown New York. So I really didn't get a chance to like travel and see a lot of shit. We was just in the downtown Times Square area. We ate, we traveled up and down Times Square. It was the clubs like in Times Square. So everything that we needed as a tourist was right there. So when I came back the second time, I was doing music. I was able to explore, and man, New York to me is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might think that it might be dirty or a little trashy, but that's one of the tourist attraction about New York is the graffiti. It's graffiti everywhere, man. When I say graffiti's everywhere, when they close down the stores at nighttime, they pull like the little sheds down so people can't get in the store, so they can't be robbed. It's graffiti all on that. You get on the train, it's graffiti on there. There's graffiti all on like the bridges. There's graffiti on the buildings. There's graffiti on the fucking building top. You know what I'm saying? It's graffiti everywhere. Then shout out to New York, man. When you go to New York, you can get on top of the buildings and you can see the skyline. In Chicago, it's like a lot of people, a lot of places, I should say, they don't have it where you can get on top of the buildings and you can really like see the skyline. Unlike New York, the only other place I could think of Chicago where they got where you can get on top of the buildings is the buildings right outside Wrigley Field, where you can sit on top of the buildings and watch the game. And I think that was inspired by New York. That started when I was young. When I was young, they just started having seats. You know what I'm saying? I remember they used to have folding chairs. Then it went to like benches. Then it went to like paid seats, like you going to see the baseball game. They still checking money now. They tried to get it banned, but they making money together now. But yeah, but New York skyline is beautiful. Like you get to go on top of the buildings, you get to see that. I really enjoyed that. Like man, that's some A1 shit. I can't swim though, so when I be on top of them buildings, I be seeing all that water, and it just made me like, damn, what if it's a big ass flood right now? Like what I'm gonna do? And I seen the floods in New York where all the water go on the subway. Just imagine being down there and then there's so much water you can't swim, like you fuck. And speaking of New York subways, New York transit is pretty wild. Like they subways, like there's so many trains come. If I can remember, it was the A, B, C, D, F train. Then they got the blue, green, white, and all these other probably pink, yellow lines. Like it was kind of confusing to like use they public transportation when you go to the subway, but I managed to get to where I was going. You know, it's just like it is on the movies, but just imagine like all the trains coming at once, so everybody get off this train, go to this train. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go up some stairs, going around just to get to the other set of trains. So in this one area, it's like you can go like probably like 12 or more different ways just to get on trains. Like it was pretty crazy, man. And then just because you might need help, it's police everywhere. So the first time I went to New York, it was like I seen so many police officers. I felt safe. I'm in Times Square. I'm like, damn, they got police everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You seeing all these police cars here, a police car there. So you thinking like, it's pretty cool to be here. You know what I'm saying? New York safe. That ain't supposed to be no guns. So it's like police here, police there. So now the second, like I said, after the second time I came, I came more frequently, and I started noticing like, man, them scare tactics, man. Ain't nobody in them police cars. Nobody in them police cars, man. Like they got police cars everywhere, but it's nobody in there. But I'm pretty sure, if it's like Chicago, they got it where they record. They can record like on the outside of the car, so I'm pretty sure it's surveillance everywhere. Plus the millions of cameras. But yeah, they got the cars everywhere. They got millions of police officers everywhere. So at first when I first came and I seen all the police officers, I'm like, damn, this police is everywhere. So then once I get to going and I'm being out, you know what I'm saying, being out at nighttime past darkness, it's like them police officers don't even be out at nighttime. Like literally, like it's for the tourists. You know what I'm saying? Like the police don't even be out like how you think. They be out there though, but they don't be like if you was a tourist and you get to see them on every corner. Like they not like that at nighttime. Like it's just on some straight regular shit. You know. Y'all got a lot of projects, man. I did not know New York had so many fucking projects. And one thing about New York projects is they all mix. So when you having mixed babies and they females and they get older, they all look beautiful. New York got some beautiful women. New York got some of the most beautiful women of mixed cultures together. You know what I'm saying? Um, I've been through New York projects. You know what I'm saying? And me being from the project, growing up in the projects in Parkway Gardens, aka O Block, it's like going to like the New York projects was like going to any other project or going to any other spot. If I was to be in Chicago, it's basically like if you your own man, and if somebody's not on bullshit just because they want to be on bullshit, and you being G about your shit, and then it's like you just walk through that bitch and walk in and go where you going. You know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily got to be scared because, you know what I'm saying, you going to a project. If you don't know where you going, then yeah, you might have to ask somebody a question, or you going back and forth and you looking, then you making yourself look suspect. But I went to New York convenience stores. New York convenience stores. Um, I was smoking Black and Miles at the time. This shit pissed me off when I got to New York. I was smoking Black and Miles, so I go in the store to get a Black and Miles. They don't have the flavor I was smoking. I was smoking wine Black and Miles. So all they really had was the fucking regular Black and Miles, the dark black ones. So man, let me get one of those. They know you can't buy one. You gotta buy a whole pack. So I went from buying like 1 mile or 2 miles, you know what I'm saying, just to get by for a day or two, to buying a whole pack of Black and Miles. I don't even smoke. You know what I'm saying? Then that shit was kind of harsh. So I'm smoking them motherfuckers like, that shit was terrible, man. I found one store that had some wines that got me through one of my trips. You know what I'm saying? But on the other times I went, I started smoking Black and Miles. You know what I'm saying? So it was alright. But this one time they sold. I found the store that was selling the wine, so that was pretty good to me. And I love Chinese food. I love Chinese food. And they got a lot of fucking Chinese stores everywhere. I don't know if I be eating cat or dog. No disrespect to Chinese culture, but I don't know if I'm eating cat or dog. But that shit is good. You know what I'm saying? When I'm going to get Chinese food, that's what I'm thinking in my head. You know what I'm saying? For give me a beef fried rice. But in my head, I'm thinking like, I don't know if this cat or dog. One of them tastes good. Sometimes I go to the Chinese store. One of them tastes good. one of them don't taste good. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes Chinese food tastes good with the meat, and sometimes it don't. So depending on the store, you know what I'm saying, they got that good meat. You know what I'm saying? The good meat. And when it's the bad meat, I take that shit out. When it's hard to chew on, it's like, oh, that's kind of tough. So I'm gonna put that over there. But sometimes they have that thin meat that just tastes right, and that just might be the cat. Boy, it might be the rat. You know what I'm saying? I hope it ain't the dog. You know, you never know. You never know. But they got those them restaurants everywhere. The Dodegos everywhere. They got pizza places. Get you a slice of pizza for $1. They got that everywhere. That just give you easy access to having a heart attack. But I don't mind because I like cheese pizza. You know what I'm saying? So I go get me $1 slice quick. Like, let me go get me some pizza. Give me a couple of slices. Get right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got stores on every corner. Like Chicago got liquor stores. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a liquor drinker, but I do think that which stores? I know they had liquor stores, but I don't think that yeah. The corner stores do got got liquor. So yeah, so y'all pretty much got liquor stores everywhere too. Um, what else about New York I could compare to Chicago, man? It was some more stuff for me to talk about. I think in New York they say soda. I asked for some pop. They like, what's pop? I'm like, man, soda. Y'all New York females be talking tough, gangster as hell. I be like, damn, is she being rude or that's just how they talk? Then I started to realize that's just how they talk. You know, Ken had a couple of shows out there that we rocked out. You know what I'm saying? They was pretty awesome. New York showed out. You know, trying to think anything I'm missing as far as this New York shit. Think I pretty much covered everything. Oh yeah, so I just thought about it. This when I first found out about the Fonto leaf. New York smoke Fonto leaf blunts. So New York make they blunts totally different from Chicago. So we go get us a Swisher, a Wood. What's the other things called? I ain't been smoking blunts. I've been hitting the bone. Um, I can't even think of that shit, man. And I'm visualizing the pack in my head. That's crazy. But wood swishers and the other shit is blunts. But anyway, they take the rolling paper. Then they put the fronto leaf in there. Then they put the weed in there. Then they roll it up. Then I don't know why y'all put all that shit in there. Then y'all make them long ass paper blunts. You know what I'm saying? I guess. But I was rocking out when I came from New York. I was rocking out like that for about like man, about 2 or 3 months smoking on New York blunts with my regular woods and shit. My cousin used to hate that shit. Tell us, man, you always going out of town, coming back smoking different and shit. I remember I went to Atlanta and they put like filters in their shit and they blunts. They put the filters in there, then they smoke them. So you know what I'm saying? I came back from Atlanta smoking like that. I don't know, and just trying new shit. I love weed, so I just be trying to smoke, get high, and taste the weed differently, get a different buzz, cause they all give you different buzz, low key. At least they do for me. I don't know about for y'all, but depending on how you roll your shit or what you smoking, you get a different buzz. I still can't believe I can't think of them motherfucking blunts. And they got the honey, they got the berry fusion. I can't think of the fucking package name because I ain't bought one in a long time. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, they got different blunts out there in New York, so I was fucking with they blunts. Oh man, and then I see why the police be coming with the raids in New York. So you know, New York got like a high population. So when they coming for more than one. So all these fucking projects, you know, they around fucking parks because the fucking every project got basketball courts. It's basketball courts like it's basketball courts every fucking where in New York. So when they come and they indicting them, I know that they're getting them with the federal charge because they're fucking selling drugs by public property. When you selling by public property, it enhances the charges. So like you selling by a church, school, park, playground, and enhances your charges. So I know that's why niggas be getting fried. That shit pretty crazy, man. And that's why all y'all got. That's why New York breed basketball stars. Y'all got fucking basketball playground rims everywhere compared to Chicago, which is like a selective few, and then depending on what area you from, if it's like in the red zone, they don't even got the rims up. You can't even hoop. Shit crazy, man. Y'all don't even know, man. It's wild out here in the city. Um, Pretty much cover everything, man. It's your boy Swag. Oh, I went to Chinatown. It's man. Every time I close out, I think it's something different. So I went to Chinatown when I went to New York, cause I always go with Ken. You know what I'm saying? So we go to Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a million Chinese spots everywhere. But you know, we go to Chinatown. We go get Chinese food from out there. Then we gonna hit this game room up. They got like a game room in Chinatown, New York. We go hit that up, play our little games, you know what I'm saying, do our regular routine shit. So I can never tell which New York niggas is the gangsters. When I'm walking, I'm looking, you know what I'm saying. I can never tell which New York niggas is the gangsters, you know what I'm saying. But when I went to Chinatown, I was peeping who's the gangsters. I was peeping everything. Which store was probably doing something illegal. Like I peeped everything. I don't know how, but I could. Like I don't want to put them on Front Street, but in Chinatown, you know, it's a certain way they move, but they come in, they come out, you know what I'm saying, they move, you can see, you know what I'm saying, wham bam, it's like you get to seeing and peeping shit, so I'm like, damn, yeah, they steady doing that, so yeah, bam, they steady doing this, they steady doing that. But when I was like traveling in New York and then I was like in the car, you know what I'm saying, or we just posted up somewhere, we was vlogging or doing whatever we was doing, we was with people, I can never tell which niggas was the gang members, you know. And it was that's something that I never understand. Like as far as New York, like we walked through all the projects and shit, like we seen niggas standing outside, whatever the case be. But like I said, I grew up in the projects, and it's just like it's motherfuckers hanging out, but it was like you could never tell a difference. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the projects I went to, but I could never tell the difference in who was the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? But when I went to Chinatown, I was able to tell the difference so easy, so freaking easy. It was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And New York high on fashion. Like damn, all New York niggas dress like it's their birthday every day. That's one big us to New York. They always stay fly. You know what I'm saying? When I went out there, I grabbed me a couple of outfits. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll be rocking that shit proudly. Like I know motherfuckers ain't got this, and then like 2-3 years later, then everybody rocking the same style clothes I had on that I got from New York, because New York ahead of fashion too. But everybody out there fresh to death. You know what I'm saying? Like me being from Chicago, it's like I go my days. I might wear the same thing like 2 days in a row, maybe three. You know what I'm saying? If it's a lazy day and I ain't going outside, I might have it on the fourth day on some just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But New York, it's like everybody like crispy clean, crispy. Like I really didn't see too many dirty people. Like everybody was like kind of up to par on their clothes and shit. Or maybe it's just because the days I went out there or something. I don't know. But everybody was fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got areas how they stores is. Like New York got an area where they got like a lot of stores. They be having they clothing in front of out front. Everybody selling stuff. It's a juking spot where everybody go for like the name brand clothes. Ours was in the Wild Wild Hundreds. On the south side, it was 63rd and Halsted. On the west side, we got a spot on Madison. North, it's a spot in Wicker Park. I mean, well, starting the beginning, go up north, it's in Wicker Park. I don't really go past Wicker Park, but those are places where we go get our like name brand clothes and like items that's not out yet. You can get exclusively. Like we go to them type of areas. See, starting hosted, not even that no more. They got a college there now. It's I haven't been in that area in a while. Last time I went, it looked like a few of them stores was open, but they was closed when I went back. This was like COVID time, so yeah. Man, it's your boy Swag, man. Another 25-minute video, going on 30 minutes. I just been talking, you know. Um, this is my New York, Chicagoan, New York opinion. You know I'm not like telling a very type of middle class view, but this is my view. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm high as shit, probably talking with a slur. Hope you still with me. It's your boy Swag, and I'm out.